Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going over my top 3 makeup products in each category. Ooh, this was a challenge. I have drugstore, I have high-end, I have new products, I have old favorites. So if that sounds interesting to you, just keep watching. We are starting with primers, and as you know, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, I have been on a primer journey, but I have 3 that I continually go back to. My affordable option is this one right here from Essence. This is the Essence My Skin Perfector Tinted Primer. This is what it looks like. It comes out and it is tinted. The shade that I have is nude beige. It looks like this, and when you rub it in, it's a little on the thicker side and moussey, and it fills in the pores. It is very smoothing, which I do appreciate. The next one I have is the Smashbox Oil and Shine Control. This one is also very smoothing. This one is a little more, a little bit like a lotion, a little bit like a gel. Smooths the skin. And then I would say my current favorite is this one right here from CoverFX. This is the Blurring Primer. And this one is a little messy. As you can see, it comes out and it kind of, I don't know if it's because I'm at the end, but it kind of spits a little bit at you. But that one is my favorite. That is the one that I am wearing right now. In the category of foundation, the top 3 favorite foundations that I have currently are the number 7 Airbrush Away. This is the Tinted Skin Perfector. I took this one when I traveled to the wedding, and I put it on 2 other people. Also comes in shades. This is in the shade medium, and it looks really dark on the skin, but when you blend, it just blends right away. This is the one that I am wearing today. I would say light to medium coverage. The next favorite I have is Uoma Beauty by Sharon C. This is carried at Walmart. It is a gorgeous foundation that is lightweight. It's got a fresh scent. Mine is a little too light for my skin, but oh, it's so natural and beautiful. I never tried the high-end version of the Uoma Beauty, but the affordable version, I feel no need to try the high-end because the affordable is gorgeous and it is an affordable price. And then probably my number 1 foundation is this one right here from Dior. This is my fancy foundation. This is my Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. It is thin. It has a solid medium coverage. It wears all day. It's less likely to transfer. I like the container. I like that you can squeeze. It's gorgeous. I have a few products from Dior that are very, very beautiful. Moving on to concealer. The first one is a favorite for a long time. This one is Beat Up. This is the Loreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. It is so full coverage, not drying. Again, my shade is too light, so I have to be very, very light-handed with it, but oh, the coverage that it gives. It is a very good concealer. The next one is new to me, but I just can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop using it from NYX. And this is their Can't Stop, Won't Stop Concealer. This one is a little closer to the appropriate shade for me, but good coverage, lasts all day, doesn't seem to sink into my fine lines. I really appreciate it. And the last one is the one that I'm wearing today. This is the McGrath Sublime Perfection. And this one is just so creamy, so gorgeous on the face, so long lasting. Little bit goes a long way. I use this and her under eye setting powder. I forgot to pull out under eye favorite for setting powder, but that one is definitely one of them. Moving on to powders, I have just been loving the Wet n Wild Photofocus. You get so much product in here for such a small price. A little bit goes a long way. It smooths, it mattifies, it is amazing, and it is under $6, I believe. Highly recommend this if you're looking for an affordable option. My middle of the line, and this was one of the things that I've recently fallen in love with NYX. If you are more of a compact kind of makeup lover, this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop mattifying powder, I do enjoy this as well. Comes in different shades. I got it in the shade light medium, but this does a great job at mattifying and smoothing. And then my favorite, which happens to be my more high-end option, is this from Huda Beauty. This is the Huda Beauty Pound Cake. This is the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder from Huda. I do not love the packaging. It has a spongy type thing in the top that I cut so that I could get the powder out easily. But this has lasted me a very long time, and I use it very, very often. It does have a strong scent. I will warn you of that. It's very perfumed, but it doesn't linger on the skin. I'm hoping that someday she recreates this powder without the scent, but until then, I will love it. It is my fancy powder, the one that I use on special occasions or when I'm just feeling fancy. So there is that. For bronzers, we're going to start with the cream. This is the Soul Body Cream Bronzer. I just love this. I love the scent. I love the way it wears. I love the way it applies. This is what I have on today. It's just fantastic. You get so much product. I think this is $16, but you get a lot. You really get a lot in there. I barely made a dent, and I use it quite often. Another favorite is this Essence Matte Bronzing Powder. This is, I believe, $9.99, under $10. You get 4 bronzers. I can use any one of these with my skin tone. I just go a little lighter handed with the darker and can go a little harder with the lighter ones. I've done my whole face with this palette. You can use it on the eyes, the cheeks, and then my high-end favorite, my I'm feeling fancy and I just want the best, is Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. I love this bronzer. There is something magical about the way it applies. It is so smooth. It smells good. Oh, I just love it. Moving on to highlight, and my most affordable option is the one that I'm wearing today, and this is the Wet n Wild loose highlighter in, I believe it's called So Lit, and it is, if you were an Amrezy fan from Anastasia, I think this is very close to that. It is so beautiful, so much shine, doesn't accentuate texture. Again, you will have it for the rest of your life. You get so much product in there, but you could put that over the lid. You could do all kinds of fun things with it. The other one is another Soul Body product. I consider this affordable. I believe it is under $20, but look at the product you get in that pan. You get so much product, and if you want a blinding highlight, there it is. I'm not sure. I got mine on sale, and this is in the shade Rosé, but I will show you the shades that are available. I'm going to have all of these products listed in the description box below. And I was lucky because all of my favorites are still current, so I'm not showing you anything that you can't have. And then my higher end, which I think this is under 25, is from Nabla. And this is their Skin Glaze, and this one is in the shade Ozone. Can you tell I like champagne gold highlighters? That is this one, and it is, again, this one is probably the smoothest on the skin. Again, sometimes drugstore gets it and sometimes you need to pay. You need to pay the higher end price. Moving on to blush. I'm gonna break it into two categories, my cream blush and my powder blush. Honestly, I'm using more cream blush than powder blush these days, but sometimes if I really want my makeup to last, I will start with the cream and then set it with the powder. So I have been loving this Honest Beauty cream blush for a very long time. This is the shade that I have. It is in the shade Peony Pink. It smells like candy. I did recently pick up another shade. I bought a peachy shade and it is just as good. I love it. This was my first, I believe this was my first cream blush that I ever truly fell in love with. Didn't struggle with application. Very much enjoy that. My next favorite is from Milani. My only complaint about this one is it is called, this is their Cheek Kiss, but the shade is called Nude Kiss. So I was expecting a little more of a, maybe a peachy nude, but it is very, I would say it tinges more pink, but it's very natural when it is blended out. But super easy to apply, long lasting. I find this formula a little bit easier to work with than Milani's liquid blush version. I have that as well, but this one's just easier to stipple on, or you could tap it on with your finger, easy. And then my number one is from Tower 28. I just love their formula of creamy blush. This is gorgeous. This is in the shade Golden Hour. I have a couple of different shades of this, but it is just so pigmented, but easy to blend out, never patchy, lasts all day. My top powder blushes are this good old one from e.l.f. This is their Quad, less than $10, super pigmented, gorgeous. The next one is, this one's been around forever. This is good old Milani Luminoso. It's a dupe for NARS Orgasm. This is a beautiful blush that I have had for years. It doesn't seem to ever want to die. It will just continue lasting. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it. And then the last one is somewhat newer to my collection, and that is Juvia's Place. I just love these blushes. I use the blush and the bronzer all the time. I am covered with glitter and eyeshadow. Doing swatches, playing. Some of these categories were easier than others. Eye primer. Milani eyeshadow primer. Love it. The second is Jason Wu. I love Jason Wu from Target. These are all affordable. This is a great eyeshadow primer. And then the last one is the Juvia's Place. And what I love about this one is it's in the medium shade, or shade 2. I will use this to prime my eyes, but I will also use this to spot correct any areas that maybe my foundation wasn't strong enough to cover any hyperpigmentation, any scarring. For eyeshadows, now here's where I struggled. I have a very large eyeshadow collection, a lot of high-end, a lot of affordable, but I really spent some time going through, and some of them are going to be brand recommendations because I couldn't just pick one. These Colourpop quads. I have just been loving these. Head Capricorn in charge, but wow, I just love the neutral tones. It's not warm, it's not cool, it's kind of both cool tones in it. But these shimmers are just amazing, absolutely amazing on the skin, and these are less than $10. My next recommendation would be these BH Cosmetic Birthstone palettes. This is specifically the Peridot ones, but oh my gosh, absolutely beautiful. I have a lot of these Birthstone palettes. I do have a playlist on my channel, but BH does it so, so well. The next one is from Alter Ego. I have a couple of palettes from them, so I do recommend their formula. They are a brand that dupes higher end makeup brands, and this Goddess palette is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Gold palette. Now, I do not specifically own the gold palette, but I am very grateful to have this one. This is the one that I have on my eyes today. The last affordable one, I think I broke the rules and did one extra palette, but I couldn't help myself. I recommend Juvia's Place so strongly. This one is the Warrior palette, and it is just gorgeous. If you are a warm, neutral makeup lover, I mean, these mattes are just crazy smooth, wonderful, and the shimmers just are so fabulous. Highly recommend. I have all 3 of the Warrior palettes. I have a lot of palettes from Juvia's Place. I keep thinking I'm gonna maybe rank them because they are affordable. Go into Ulta, they are affordable palettes, and you will be impressed with their shadow formula. For my 3 higher end palettes, the first one I'm gonna talk about is this one right here, Tati Beauty. Oh, Tati, I can't wait for your next makeup palette to come out. This is volume 1. I need volume 2, give it to me. But this is her volume 1 neutrals. I have beat the heck out of this. I have hit pan on almost every one of the glitters. They are stunning. They are so smooth and creamy on the skin. I love how creative she was with the shading and then the different formulas going up. I can do a pink mauve look that tends to turn a little more purple. I can do a lovely pumpkin spice sort of look. You've got your browns and your blacks, but such beautiful, beautiful quality. I do recommend this palette. It is definitely up there with one of my very favorite palettes that I own. The next one is from Natasha Denona, No Surprise. I actually grabbed both of these because this is the Mini Glam. Actually, this one is the Mini Xenon. In my opinion, this is the Mini Glam, and this is the Glam palette. So very similar in tones. If anything, this one has more of a black in it, but this is all cool tones, beautiful. You would be happy if you're a cool tone lover with either one of these. This one's 25, this one's 65. But the Natasha Denona's formula is superior. It is superior in the cream and the shine. It is just gorgeous. And then my last high-end palette is this beauty right here. This is the Pat McGrath, and this is the Mothership. I believe it is 1. And Pat McGrath is an experience. She's heavy, she's luxe, her mirror is gorgeous, and check out these shades. They are gorgeous. I saw Wayne Goss talk about these palettes, and he was saying that this one was his favorite because of this shade right here, which truly it is. It is gorgeous. It is a beautiful blue, but these shades over here always blow me away. These are her special shades. I mean, it is stunning. And then this gold, I can never get enough of a good gold. So I like that it is cool toned, but some of them tend to run a little more neutral. They're gorgeous. This is an expensive palette. I got it on sale soon. I'm gonna have my Sephora VIB wish list going on. So those more expensive items, start thinking about them now or ask for your holiday presents early, because I think every makeup lover should own at least one Pat McGrath palette. Okay, let's move on to eyeliners. The first one is from BH Cosmetics. This is their Power Pencil. It is a great inky black pencil that stays on my waterline, doesn't fly off. The second one is from Essence. This is the least expensive one, and I do love it. I mean, it is just inky black. This one is their Extreme Lasting. And then the last one is my new favorite and the one I have on today. And this is the Makeup by Mario. And wow, they just go right on that waterline underneath. They don't transfer, they stay on. This one's cool because it has a little brush on it. This was a treat to me, and I love them. I love them all. They are some great eyeliners. For mascara, I have two drugstore. Love the Essence Lash Princess mascaras. They are fabulous. You get full volume, beautiful. My favorite waterproof is from Wayne Goss. This one is what I took to the beach. This one really keeps the curl. You can build it up to a full volume. The only issue is you have to be really careful removing a waterproof mascara, but it is lovely. And then my favorite top end from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Lash Brag. I'm so glad that BoxyCharm had this in their pop-up, so I was able to get this at least half price. Again, love BoxyCharm. Grabbed it and I can't stop using it. Experience. It's heavy, it's beautiful packaging, but wow, I put it on and it just grabs the lashes, makes them longer, makes them fuller, makes them fantastic. My lip liners, I'm going to tell you, I love Colourpop, I love Essence, and I love Milani. All three of these are great lip liners, affordable. There you go. I just watched Big Fat Greek Wedding yesterday. For lipsticks, this was hard for me. I have a huge lipstick collection, but I did my best to pick the ones that I just could not live without. And for affordable, I'm loving this Revlon matte that is newer to my collection. I find myself getting into it constantly. Let me see if I have a clean spot. There is that one. It is a beautiful brownie mauve. It is the shade Spiced Cocoa matte. Stays on. I love it. The next one is from Juvia's Place. I tried to do a mix of browns and reds for you. This one is from Juvia's Place. I have browns that I love from them as well, but talk about, this is so silky going on the skin. This is the shade Perfect Red, velvety matte. I have Flower Beauty, has some beautiful lip colors. If you're looking for another good red, this one is called Wild Azalea. And wow, goes on really nice, stays on really well. They have matte and shimmer versions. That one looks like it tinges a little more on the orange side. Love it. And then the last red I have is my Luxe Experience from Pat McGrath. This is in the shade Elson, and she's beautiful. Elson is gorgeous. Again, for Jenny's fancy time. For liquid lips, yeah, this is Dior. This was I think it was my birthday present to myself. Absolutely love it. This one, this is their liquid lipstick. I will make sure that I post a picture. It's gorgeous, it's expensive, but it lasts all day. This is the one that I wore to Atlantic City with my husband. I could eat, I could drink. It's a nice, beautiful nude. It's like your lips, but better. The other one is from Chanel. Stephanie Marie made me buy this from YouTube. This is, again, gorgeous. This is one of the ones where you put the color on this side and then the gloss on this side, and she tested it against a lot of different products, because I know there's a lot of drugstore products like this and none of them were as good as this, and I found that to be true. The gloss wears off, the color stays. It's fantastic. I would love to own lots more of these two products. And then for liquid lips on the red side, Sephora makes, in my opinion, the best or one of the best liquid lipstick formulas. These will layer on top of lipsticks really well. They are beautiful, velvety matte. Always Red is one of my favorites. This one I think is the Velvet. This one's called Red Velvet. I like Red Velvet. I also love Always Red. I have at least 10 of these. These are gorgeous. Rihanna, this is the Fenty Stunna Lip Paint. It is beautiful. I have worn this and worn this and worn this. I have this formula in 3 different shades. It's gorgeous. And then good old Too Faced Melted Matte. I really want to pick up a holiday set from them because I have the gingerbread one downstairs, and oh, it smells good, it tastes good. This one's not scented. This is just a lovely red called Lady Balls, and they're gorgeous. A little more drying than the other two, but fantastic. So my top 3 glosses are the e.l.f. Mint Melt. I love the minty undertone to it. Affordable. The next one is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is what I have on my lips today. This, in my opinion, is a dupe for this beauty, which is the Fenty Gloss Bomb. And definitely a dupe in formula. These are not the same shades, but these are these just for the glossy look. This for the glossy look and that mint undertone. I think the only thing I didn't cover was maybe eyebrow products, and you know I love my NYX brow gel. you know that I've been enjoying the soap brow technique, but if I'm feeling too lazy, I will turn to my NYX brow glue. I still stand by the fact that this is a gorgeous and expensive option. And then my high-end option is still this Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I've tried a lot, and those are the ones that I would choose to go back to. So this was a long one. If you are still with me, thank you so much for staying until the end. If you are curious about my favorites, I hope I didn't forget anything. I am surrounded by makeup. I am covered in glitter. But it was fun. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing before you leave. Leave a comment. Give a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. I upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Come join me, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.